Whether you're about to start your PhD, or you're in the middle of your degree, or you're nearing its completion, a very important consideration for you is to know about the career opportunities that you have available after finishing your degree. The other thing is that people are generally so involved in their PhDs because undoubtedly it is more than a full-time job that they tend to overlook planning of their careers after finishing the degree. So in this video, I would like to discuss about the career opportunities that are available for PhD graduates based on what I have seen in my personal experience. My focus will be on the career opportunities that are available within industry, because there is a general perception, that after finishing a degree, one is bound to go in academic sector, which is of course a natural career path. But the good news is that there are a lot of very good opportunities that are available within industry as well. Now, because of my background, I would focus on the career opportunities that are aimed at STEM PhD graduates. So, people who have done their PhD in science, technology, engineering, or mathematics background. Specifically, I would like to discuss about the 5 category of roles, that are aimed at PhD graduates within industry. Now, the first category of roles that I would like to highlight here are those that are within research sector within industry. You will find a lot of companies that have very well-established research departments, and there are a lot of roles in these departments that are aimed at PhD graduates. The sort of roles in these departments that you should particularly look for could be called a research scientist, research engineer, or technologist. And a very hot role, I would say, currently is called data scientist as well. So these are particularly aimed at people who have a very good machine learning background. In addition to these roles, I think you can also fit well in project manager roles as well in these departments. But bear in mind that for a project manager role, you might require some additional qualification related to project management as well. The second category of roles that I would like to bring your attention to are those that are within mainstream within industries. By mainstream, I'm referring to areas or part of industries that are closer to customers. So for example, production department or the testing and validation departments. So these are often called mainstream. And the type of role that you should look for within mainstream are application engineer, for example, or application scientist. These roles are external facing, so you will be responsible to work with clients in order to enable them and help them to apply your company tech in their applications. The other type of roles within mainstream that could be relevant for you are for example product development roles. So in these roles you will be responsible to actually take the proof of concept or prototype from R&D to productionization or commercialization. Thirdly, you could also fit in some of the roles within the intellectual property sector, so IP sectors. Again, so in companies you will find IP departments, and particularly I think a very relevant role that in my opinion could be, for example, a patent specialist or a patent attorney. But bear in mind that this kind of roles might require some additional training or qualification as well in order to really be eligible. Fourthly, I would advise you to look for roles within the marketing and sales sector as well. The relevant roles here would be, for example, business development executive or business development manager. The important point to mention here is that often these type of roles does require some post-PhD experience. So for example, people who have worked in R&D sector or in some other technical departments are often preferred here, because again these are also external facing roles, and there is a need to to have a strong technical know-how about, for example, the products in the company. Finally, I would like to highlight the learning and development roles that could also be relevant to PhD graduates within industry. So in a lot of companies you will find learning and development departments whose responsibility is to perform the learning need analysis. So it essentially means to actually identify the learning needs of employees in order to help them improve their performance, and once the learning need is identified, then to create and develop solutions that address the identified learning needs. So the sort of roles within the learning and development departments that you could look for are, for example, learning and development consultants, or for that matter they could just be called learning consultant or development consultant. So hopefully this video would help you realize that there are a lot of opportunities for PhD graduates within industry as well. Of course, I have highlighted and discussed 5 categories of roles in this video, but you can find other roles as well that could be relevant to PhD graduates. As always, I look forward to receiving your feedback, because that is something very important and useful for me. So please let me have your feedback on particularly anything that you think I may have missed in this video. Lastly, I would like to request you to please share this video to other people who you think might be interested in it, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel in order to get notified of the wide range of upcoming interesting videos. Stay safe and take care of yourself and others.